Hello and welcome back to the land of SIKA, and when we left off we had this huge army versus army situation on our hands. Now I've actually done something a little bit cool. I found out, thanks to one of you in the comments actually, that this specific mod actually works with the land of SIKA. I've tried a number of mods with the conversion, and they always cause crashes. So I thought to myself, okay, you know what? I'm just not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna leave it alone, and I didn't add anything additionally to it. However, this mod I have confirmed through your comment as well as through my own testing of it that it does work. And well, I can only hope it actually works because I haven't played with it yet. So you're gonna see what it is when we hopefully get to that point. I'm going to leave it as a bit of a surprise, but it's going to be very cool if it actually ends up working. So yeah, just cross your fingers and hope that it doesn't cause any problems. And otherwise, let's go on in. We're going to be helping... Whoa, okay. Actually, it's looking surprisingly good for us, amusingly enough. I would have expected us to have some really, really big problems here, but apparently, we are looking pretty good, actually. Not too bad. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, this would usually be one of my favorite battlefields to be on, but because of my new troops, I'm not entirely sure if I'm thinking this is good. But we're gonna just use them with auto delegate because that allows them to work with the AI and their orders relatively nicely. So I'm just going to basically allow them to do whatever they want for the moment. And then we're going to see if I can... I'm going to try and eliminate this guy if I can. Nice hit. Okay. That guy literally just died. That was perfect. Ooh, these guys, they're going to do so much damage. Bit worried about that, gotta say. Bit worried about that. Bear in mind, we have to do so much damage against these enemies for us to even stand a chance. Bear in mind, I am probably going to be retreating if it looks as though we are going to lose, because I really do not want to be in a situation where I lose my entire army just to save the Lamoka. Bear in mind, obviously, it's a good idea for us to do this in general, you know, making sure that our faction doesn't lose too many battles, you know, that's very important, basically. But it is also very important for us to maintain our own army and try to, oh dear, yes, try to maintain our combat strength and so on so that we can continue to actually deal damage to people in the area. But this is... this is looking pretty bad, actually. Is it? I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell. There are so many enemies, and there are so many enemies that we're gonna actually have to deal with. That this is gonna be a big problem. I think. I'm gonna try and just help our people out as much as I possibly can. Just do charge damage here and there whenever I can. You know, a little bit helps every single place that you can get it. So any little bit of damage I can deal, even if it doesn't kill anything, that's pretty useful. That's pretty useful. So I'm going to get killed here if I actually continue this attack, so I'm just going to go over here instead. We're actually doing remarkably well. Very surprised, actually. I wouldn't have expected that. Because, I mean, you saw the combat strength, right? You saw the combat strength at the start. That kind of told me, hey, you know what? We are going to have a really close battle on our hands. We're still probably going to have a pretty close battle, but I'm thinking we're in with a chance. We're in with a pretty good chance here. Nice. The amount of damage we're able to deal along the archery line is very much, at least in my opinion, I think it seems to be helping quite well, because it is making sure that the enemy's archers are going to be interrupted. They're going to be maybe switching to melee to try and fight me off, and then they're going to switch back to their bows and all the. And in the meantime, look at this! Look at what's happening. In the meantime, my forces, or whoever's forces, I don't even know which kind of units they are, whose units they are, but they're sweeping across the archers and indeed eliminating a lot of the enemy's forces in general. And that is hopefully due to me actually trying to basically just disrupt the archers and their plan. But look at, have we already killed everyone? No way, no way. Okay, we're doing this in 2 waves by the looks of things. Yeah. We're doing this in 2 waves. I think generally they're not going to put every single person on the battlefield. Okay, yeah. That's absolutely fine. I'm actually pretty pleased with that, because that means that generally I might get an opportunity to restore myself a little bit if I want to. Maybe I can go into my settlement or something like that if I need to. Whoa, that was some pretty serious damage coming out from whoever that was. That was a big two-handed user. Might have been one of my troops. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I'm very pleased actually. Very, very pleased that we were able to do this. Okay, I gotta be a bit careful about these. I really do not want to get killed. That's the one goal that I have in mind at the moment. The one goal is literally just to make sure that I don't get killed. Indeed. Yes. Oh well, at least I can sit back now, at least a little bit, and I can allow my forces to do their thing. And yeah. Alright, well, what a classic that is, eh? What an absolute classic. I shouldn't, you know, that's exactly my point. I should never jinx myself in that fashion. I basically jinxed myself straight away as soon as I said, you know, the one thing that I don't want to do? Yeah, I don't want to die. And that is exactly what happened. I died because I literally just jinxed it. Straight off. Okay. Well, whatever the case, it is seemingly quite a convincing victory. We've only lost 132 units in general, and yep, here you go. This is indeed the mod. I have installed Distinguished Service, and I now have the ability to select from any number of units from these amazing eggplants that we have. As you can tell, eggplants, look at these guys. They literally, this guy by himself got 29 kills. And then of course we have the Obscure Soul Judge Knights as well. I'm going to be going for 1 eggplant and 1 Dark Wave Knight. I can only choose up to 2. I didn't customize it at all because I didn't want to. If you want to check out my load order, if I've remembered to do so, it's basically just making sure that Distinguished Service loads before Land of SIKA. But you've got to bear in mind that I might actually suffer a crash right now. I really hope I won't, but it says no wonder a template with culture, Calradian available, choosing randomly. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Oh, something went wrong with this unit's equipment? Oh no, what happened? Oh dear. Okay, well, whatever the case, this guy was previously an eggplant, has finally found glory before this. Okay, so let's have a look. Well, athletics, of course, right? Athletics. Should we go for more athletics? No, probably not. Let's go for something else. Let's go for... what? More athletics, I guess. More athletics. Yeah. That's actually hilarious. Okay, writing skill. Oh, we can actually choose... oh, I could have chosen 2? Are you serious? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, well, whatever the case, Norrell has been killed. Not entirely sure who that even is, but apparently he has been killed. And hopefully the game won't crash now. I hope it won't. But there you go. We got 5,800. We also gained a significant amount of relation here. These guys are really, really irritated with me right now, which is perfect. I think I might actually... I'm going to let this guy go. I'm going to actually have a look here. I'm just going to... I really want these guys to like me a huge amount so that they might potentially join us in the future, but that is a little... I think that's probably wishful thinking. Oh, look. Here's our our former, well, technically our father-in-law at the moment, so I guess I'm going to have to let him go, that's for sure. And, yeah, we might as well just let everyone go at this point. Alright, so there you go. Alright, we now have these two. These are new companions, of course. And they're going to be, well, this is going to be a lot of fun, in my opinion. Okay, so they don't, this guy doesn't have gloves, as far as I'm aware. Oh, no, he does have gloves. Okay, never mind. I didn't take a close enough look at the eggplant's armor for me to see that. But yeah, anyway, it seems like these prisoners are, I mean, it's basically not even worth me taking them, but we're going to take them just to sell nevertheless. And let's move on. All right, so massive amounts of loot to be gained here. Really, really nice. And now we can go in here, sell our prisoners and everything, and we are looking real nice. Okay, so let's do that. 6,700 for them. I need to check something, actually. We need to check these guys. Okay, so this guy is using trusty dark plate armor, trusty dark shoulders, trusty dark helmet, and a massive amount of other really, really cool looking gear. And now if I wanted to, I could literally take this stuff and wear it myself and become an overwhelming beast. But I probably won't do that. I mean, I think it's cool to have the option. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we will do something like that. But then we have this guy, obviously, who is looking pretty fantastic himself. Obviously, we know what kind of gear he's wearing because I gave him this gear. So, of course, that's what he's wearing. And, yeah, obviously Vega and all the rest have stuff as well. I should really upgrade their gear, shouldn't I? So let me actually just go ahead and do that. Oh, it seems like they actually have about the same. Ameliana has better gear than what I have in my inventory at the moment. I don't really want to spend a huge amount of money to upgrade them. That's the main reason why I haven't really done anything about that just yet, because it's just very expensive. If I want to upgrade them into having decent gear, and I'm talking about like really very much better gear, then I'm going to have to spend a lot. And I kind of wanted to prevent doing that, at least at the moment, just purely for the fact that I didn't know whether I would be able to make good amounts of money. But it seems like my economy has actually stabilized. So I think in maybe another 50,000 or so, I might try to buy, you know what? Let's go and buy something now. Let's see if there's actually something now that we can buy that is going to be really, really useful for Melethvon. I think Darian's got some good stuff. Yeah, he's wearing Lamoka full armor. He doesn't have any... he doesn't have any shoulders. Get out of here, Darian. You don't have any shoulders, you imbecile. Okay, well, whatever the case, let's have a look here. Okay, so Lamoka full armor is 79,000. Lamoka samurai armor is 40,000. And then we have something like this, which is 6,000. Yeah, let's buy this, which is the 40,000 variant, and we'll go for some full shoulders as well. It's going to be 47,000. You see what I mean? It is pretty expensive. I think that's pretty good, actually. I think that's pretty good for her. So 47,000 is what we'll spend on that. I can also sell some stuff, of course, as well, which might actually make sense. Should we? Should we sell some stuff? I mean, we've got some furs and cows, velvet, silver, clay, all kinds of random trade goods that we can sell here. And then we're probably going to be selling all of our grain as well. Look at this massive amount of grain. Are you serious? Get out of here. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get some fish. Just gonna get a little bit of that, and then we'll get some grapes, and then we'll buy the rest. There we have it. Okay, perfect. That sounds pretty good. And is there anything else I want to do? I wanted to sell some stuff, didn't I? Because they have a lot of money right now, so it might be good for me to get that back. So 77,000 for our armor. That's pretty good. And then we can, of course, sell all of that stuff too. That's 86,000. Okay, yeah, so that actually just completely helped us a massive amount with being able to afford Melethvon's upgrades. So I'm very happy with that. And let's actually take a look here. Do I have any space, actually? I have 20 spaces. All right, let's just get a bunch of carrots, I guess. There we go. And settlement construction. Okay, so we're back up at 1300. I might be able to... Yeah, I can do this. I can increase my military camp. I will do exactly that. And I am at 10% HP, so let me actually just heal myself a little bit. Not all the way, but just enough to kind of get me in sort of combat range, shall we say. And there we have it. Okay, perfect. So now we're looking pretty good. And now, obviously, any single time one of our forces gets a large amount of kills, we are then going to be able to promote them thanks to Distinguished Service. And once again, thank you to the person that told me that Distinguished Service actually works, because it's great. Like, I love this mod a lot. And it would be fantastic if we could maybe add a couple of other mods in there, but I have no idea which one is going to work and which one isn't. So it's one of those cases of you just have to try something, and then if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, well, then that's very sad indeed. Going to take Walk It Off. That's usually what I really like to take. And we're going to go for... Shall we go for some more roguery skill? Let's go for some more roguery skill. And there we have it. Okay. So... let's take a quick look at what's going on here. All right, yeah, we're going to need to get a... I think an army would probably be pretty good for us to get right now. I have to be a little bit careful here as well, because my forces are still somewhat injured. So let's go over here, see if we can create an army out of someone that... I mean, really, these people... they are so... they are so bad. I'm not going to pull any punches right here. They are so bad. Just purely because the Lamoka have been having some pretty big issues. You know, they've been fighting any numbers of relatively strong enemies, and it's not helping when they go into battles like the one we just saw. Because I don't know whether they would have even been able to achieve victory if I wasn't there. I'm going to assume that they probably wouldn't have been able to. So it's one of those, you know, it's one of those situations where we come along and we basically make them win. We give them the opportunity to win. Because if we hadn't, that would have been a very large loss. An extremely large loss, and that would have set the Lamoka even further back. Ooh, Dark Wave Knights, I'd like to fight those guys. Hey, come back here. Actually, you know what, would I want to fight them? Actually, you know what? I probably wouldn't like to fight them. Oh, hello. Okay, that's a very large army. I'm going to have to fight them, but I don't want to fight them with the garrison. Hopefully the garrison isn't going to join. Yeah, I don't think it is actually joining. Okay, that's perfect. No, it is not actually joining. Okay, perfect. Unfortunately, there are a bunch of Yan Dynasty people that are actually piling on here. Gotta say, not a big fan of that, thank you very much. But we do get a chance to see our new companions in action. And now I'm gonna get blinded. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay, yes. I am very much being blinded. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set things up in such a way so that my forces are looking pretty good. I mean, we want to make sure that they're looking really nice straight away, and I don't really want to... this is way too far away. Way too far apart, should I say. Let's do something like this, I guess. Yeah, that's a little bit better in my opinion. Okay. So, apart from that, we want to tell the archers to kind of stand around about there. Let's put loose formation for them. And I think that's probably pretty good. Okay, yeah, and then these guys, they can basically just do whatever they want. So, auto-delegate, I suppose. Yeah, we're just going to put them into a line for now. Let's actually do this. And this. There we go. Okay, perfect. That seems pretty good to me. I do want to do something, though. I do want to do something. I don't think I have the most... Do I have the most in writing skill? Surely not. This guy is going to have the most in writing skill. Yeah. He has the most in writing skill. So he can... You know what? Actually, I'm gonna put this guy... Yeah, no, I'm going to put me as the horse archer leader. And then we'll put this fellow as the cavalry leader. And then Melethvon is obviously the archer. Amaliana is going to be replaced by our eggplant person, who has now, obviously, I mean, he has incredible infantry skills. So we're going to be doing that. There we go. Alright, that sounds good to me. Let's do this. Yeah, hopefully my forces will do exactly what they can to try and delay the enemy, because I think that would be quite useful, making sure that we don't, or shall we say, making sure that our infantry don't encounter the enemy too fast. Oh yeah, a lot of Yan Dynasty here. Ugh. That's not too bad, I suppose. I'm shooting this guy's shield. Oh. Those kinds of situations I absolutely loathe, when I get hit by a slow-moving thrown weapon, just literally because I'm turning my horse or something like that. That's always fantastic. Ah, grinds my gears, it does. Oh yes. Okay, well, actually, what are these archers doing right now? What are these archers doing? They are literally running in like lambs to the slaughter, basically. Just what? What is this? What is this kind of situation that we are seeing right here? This is absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea why the enemy decided to do something that ridiculous. That is really strange. That is really weird. Okay, well, okay. Yeah, actually, speaking about the AI doing weird stuff. Now here's the thing. Someone mentioned, what was it now? The realistic battle mod? Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I think the realistic battle mod is cool. All right, I think it's a cool mod, but I think it makes the AI into a frustrating opponent most of the time, and that's not really what I'm looking for in my game experience. Generally, I'm looking for an experience that is fun, an experience that is I don't know, just not. It's just too frustrating for my liking. I just really wish that there was a setting where you could basically make it with a slider, make it slightly less good than it is, because obviously in these situations with the realistic battle module, I've used it in the past, it's just too much at times. And I'm not taking away from it, obviously. I think it's a great mod. I think the purpose of it is great as well, you know, to improve the AI in many different aspects, you know, to make them better in terms of combat and so on and so forth. But you get one of these guys in a tournament and you try to win even in round one, and good luck. You know, it's not a situation that I would want to be in consistently. And for me, tournaments, I think they're just a lot of fun, just to kind of let rip and have a grand old time, just to have a fun time messing around with a wide variety of different weapons and all that stuff. And unfortunately, the realistic battle mod does make it so that they are supernaturally good at blocking, and that's probably my main concern with it. So even if I were to install it for this, and even if it were to work with this mod, it would be one of those times where I then think to myself, what am I even bothering playing for? That's kind of what it really makes me think most of the time. Because, for example, in this situation right here, the way that I'm shooting these enemies, I'd never get a look in. I would never get a look in most of the time. They would literally just block almost every single arrow that I'm firing towards them in a very supernatural way. As I've said before, you know, they're basically going to turn towards you as soon as you unleash the arrow or something like that, or as soon as you go to shoot them, and it's just going to be impossible. And for me, and this is again my own personal opinion, this is not against the mod in any way at all. I think the mod is great. I think it's fantastic if you want to have that additional layer of difficulty, then by all means, you know, go for it. But for me, it's just too frustrating in a, you know, for a series. For a series, it's just too frustrating, because it's going to be one of those cases where, you know, if I get into a battle, let's say, okay, I'm going to give you a hypothetical here. In one of the previous episodes, I was dismounted and I was up against those obscure soul judge knights, right? And those guys, They are so incredibly powerful. They have, what, 275 or something like that in two-handed weapons. And they are already extremely strong. Already extremely strong. And then you add on top of that the realistic battle mod. You're never, ever going to kill one of those in a one-on-one. Not in a million years. Not unless you literally just, I don't know. If you shoot them in the face a couple of times, yeah, sure, yeah, that's obviously going to work, but most of the time it's going to be extremely difficult. Anyway, let's just, I don't even know what to really spec into here. I guess this, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. There we go. Alright, so, yeah. So that's the main reason why I don't really install that, because, as I say, it does make them very supernatural and good at blocking. And that's basically the only reason. If they improve their decision making and things like that, rather than making them supernaturally good, then I'd be like, okay, that seems cool. But the way it is, not so much. Anyway, we're going to be letting all of these people go. And, you know, I should probably just take them prisoner, to be honest. I really should do that next time. So, just remind me, you know, send those brain waves my way through the interwebs, and I will be able to pick it up, hopefully, and then take those guys prisoner. Okay, so, yeah, otherwise, we're just going to take all of the loot. Thank you very much. And then we have basically plain sailing all the way to the town now, or at least we should do. I'm not entirely sure what these two armies are doing. This one is heading to that town. Okay, that's somewhat good, I suppose, but yeah, it seems a little bit strange that we're taking so long. I mean, generally, I feel like the siege speed, as I've said before, is too slow. I think it is way too slow. Even with additional people in your party with engineering skill. I think this guy has engineering skill, doesn't he? Yeah, he has 120. In my opinion, all of these people joining your party should contribute their engineering skill to the overall speed of your siege building. And as far as I'm aware, that is how it worked in the previous version. But it seems to me like 1.8 has changed that somehow. I could be wrong about it, of course, but from what I have seen, that seems to be the case, and that has now made things, as I demonstrated in a previous episode, that has made things very, very drawn out when it comes to heading into these sieges. So hopefully, once we get this next trebuchet up and running, I will just let rip. I'm just going to let my my siege engines do their thing. And we're getting some people. I actually really think, wait a minute, the naming structure of the two eggplants is actually perfect. You know why? It's actually really, really eye-opening to see that, because they're giving them Chinese names, right? Or Yan Dynasty names in this case. And they're using Yan Dynasty armor. That's very clever of the mod, isn't it? I think that's very clever of the mod to actually see that. Or to basically be like, oh, you're wearing Yan Dynasty armor? Oh, I better give you a Yan Dynasty name. That's really cool in my opinion. I don't know whether that's actually the case, but it seems to be at the moment. That's what we're seeing. You know, we're seeing these eggplants become companions, and that's exactly what's happening. So I'm actually really, really pleased about that. Anyway, we're just going to be putting our trebuchets out, and the last one will be done in just a second. Hopefully we won't need that fourth one straight away, and then we will hopefully, you know, kind of stagger the bombardment of the trebuchets, because we don't want them all attacking at the same time. I mean, generally you really don't want them to all attack at the same time, because they're all going to attack the same ballista at the same time, and then their damage is going to be wasted, because as far as I'm aware, one trebuchet hit can destroy one ballista, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, the ballistas are going to deal so much damage at the moment, but hopefully we're going to catch up with killing them. Yeah, there we go. We only have one active at a time now, and we're going to be able to destroy the walls very, very quickly, and we can now maintain our trebuchet's HP, which is exactly what we want. So that's pretty good. and it doesn't look as though the Nicanians... Ah, never mind. Ah, speak of the devil. They're now coming at us right here. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to try and hope that my trebuchets will destroy the last of the walls. Yes, indeed, they did it. Fantastic. There's only one ballista up and running now. Let me see. We actually lost a bunch of units in the process here as well, by the way. That's kind of interesting. And otherwise, let's just recruit all of those and then head on into the siege. Here we go. All right, so this gives us now another ability to hopefully get some additional level ups. Hopefully get some of our... Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. I'm blind. I have no idea. I can't see anything right now. This is like a blizzard or something like that. I will not be able to see anything going ahead of us here. And that means I'm running into arrows, and they are going to be firing at me. Oh, no, maybe I can actually... well, there doesn't seem to be any defenders on the walls. That's very strange. Okay, I'm a bit worried now. A bit worried that they have a surprise for me in the form of a rock over here that they're going to throw at my face. What do you bet? Nicanian archer. You're doing a very poor job, sir. Yes, I am murdering them as we speak. There we go. Not too bad. Yeah, these guys really have no idea. They're going up the ladder and just literally dying. They are so incredibly... I mean, they're basically sitting ducks, you know. They are literally just going up the ladder and getting shot every single time. And that's perfectly fine with me. Thank you. That's very easy for me now. Okay, so we do have a couple of other people in my army as well, so we're going to have to deal with their forces too, which is a little bit disconcerting, because obviously they are going to be low tier. They're going to be not as effective as our own units, and it may be a little bit difficult to work with them, but hopefully that is not going to prevent us from achieving victory. Okay, so far everything seems to be going swimmingly. Oh no, I said it. Oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna die. What do you bet? Am I gonna die? I'm gonna put myself into a situation where I can die, because that's what I do. I mean, that's the point. What is the fun in me standing back behind my units, basically just watching them kill stuff? I mean, that's not fun. Going ahead and potentially dying and hanging on by a thread of 1 HP, that's fun. Or at least I think that's fun. I mean, I think it's kind of intense and kind of interesting to see that. See how long I can actually survive. Oh, we got some enemies coming... not enemies, we got some allies coming up from an alternate direction. They must have gone in through the other walls. Yes, they did. Nice to see that. And we got some enemies up there too. Oh, nice hit. Wow, actually, I'm actually going to say a job well done on my part right there. Because I actually hit the guy as he was walking from left to right at a pretty decent pace. And I calculated, yes, surprisingly enough, calculated exactly where he was going to be when I unleashed the arrow. Pretty nice. That doesn't usually happen to me, so I'm kind of proud with them. Should I be proud of that shot? Yeah, maybe. Maybe, because that's the thing. The other couple of shots that I had after that were complete misses. So maybe I should just, you know, quiet myself a bit and just be like, oh yes, I'm just very pleased that I was able to hit that one, and then I missed the rest, which was not great, but oh well, whatever the case. There are a bunch of archers attempting to shoot at me, and I am not best pleased about... Hey, come on now, you can't do that. I'm gonna murder you from all the way over here, sirs. Oh, never mind, I fell off. Okay. Can I... I can't jump on... yeah, can't jump up there to the next level of the little shack. Oh, hello. Okay, these guys, yeah, I don't have enough athletic skill. That actually grinds my gears a bit that I don't have a lot of athletic skill, because I can't really run away that easily, but thankfully these guys are just militia, so they are relatively simple to deal with, especially with the wonderful jump and shoot mechanic that we used to defeat some of those demons in the Banished Land in a previous episode. Yeah, I actually really like these castle layouts as well. These kinds of layouts are really, really fun because they have all of these different levels, and you have to watch out from all kinds of different angles for danger. And all of a sudden you're being shot from the right side up on the top of an archery nest or something, and then all of a sudden there's infantry coming in from you know, the top left or something like that, and you have to think, oh wow, what am I going to do? Do I have to take cover from the archers? Am I going to, you know, shoot the infantry? Or both? I don't know. You know, there's a lot of different things that can happen. So I really like those kinds of layouts, because obviously we've experienced many times in the past warbands, obviously, and a couple of the more, I don't want to say, I don't want to say boring. I don't want to say boring siege layouts, but there are a couple of siege layouts that are very straightforward. Let's just say that they're a bit more straightforward than I would like personally. But you know, on the whole, I think it's a lot of fun to do these ones, because, as I say, look, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different walls and height advantages and various places where people are going to be. Is there? Wait a minute. Is that guy in the ground again? There's actually two of them still remaining. I actually wonder whether there is going to still be that one inevitably in the ground somewhere, or are we actually going to be able to achieve victory here straightforward, instead of having to retreat and then, you know, telling people to go in automatically? Maybe, you know, maybe when it gets to this point, maybe I should just retreat anyway. It saves a bit of time, doesn't it? Ah, there we go. Alright, I have no idea what actually happened right there, but it seems as though the fellow was just running away and my forces just couldn't catch up to him. So that's exactly what happened. Anyway, we have some obscure Soul Judge Knights. I'm going to be leveling up one of those and one eggplant almost every single time. That's what I'm going to do. And we're just going to do the same thing again, where we go with 139 athletics, 139 riding skill. I don't really see... Actually, you know what? These are companions. They become companions, don't they? So maybe I should actually go for some more engineering skill. Maybe I should go for engineering skill instead of athletics. That might make sense. There we go. And then we have... let's go for athletics and engineering skill instead of riding, I said before, I meant. Okay, yeah, let's go for that. Let's do athletics and engineering, even though that doesn't really do much for him. But that might actually contribute to a little bit of faster speed of our constructions, which I would very much like. Let's take this guy prisoner. Thank you for the mind waves and reminding me. And otherwise, that's it. I don't really want to take anyone else. Okay, so we're going to show mercy here. I'm thinking that maybe it would be good for me to have it, but obviously if they don't want to give it to me, then that is their prerogative. They can decide to do that or not. And I'm going to be disbanding my army now, because I don't see a need to keep them around any further. Don't think we're going to be heading on to any other towns at this time. And I believe that there is another army that is already heading over there. As far as I'm aware, Agnala actually wanted to go over there herself, but seems like she's decided against that now. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.